Hello viewers, my name is Martin Caballero. I'm the managing editor at BevNET.com, and I'm here at the very start of Natural Products Expo West 2019 in Anaheim, California. I'm pleased to be joined by Colby Barr, the co-founder of Verve Coffee Roasters. How's it going, Colby?
Great. How you doing, Marty?
Fantastic. Just getting things started here for a big couple of days. And I know this is your first attendance at Expo West as a company. What are you guys looking forward to at this show?
Yeah, it is our first attendance at this expo. We've done coffee conferences and things like that, but I think we're just really excited to be here and to showcase our brand and have a chance for people to see our brand, meet us firsthand, taste our flash brew products. And also, it's always fun to go see what everyone else is doing and go get the download of the landscape and kind of see what's happening out there.
There's sure to be lots to cover in coffee in the next couple of days. You mentioned the flash brew product, and this is interesting, I'm sure, that our readers have seen on BevNet. This was your first entry into the RTD space. You guys have a long history in coffee roasting and whole bean coffee. Tell us a little bit how you guys are sort of managing this first step into the RTD space.
We are launched with a flash brew is our kind of entryway into the cold coffee category, and for us, we just having done this for 10 years and really been focused on being hopefully one of the best coffee companies out there. We take a lot of pride in that and being innovative and kind of crafting the future of things. So we just wanted to step into the cold category with something different. We stepped in with what we're calling flash brew, which we've talked to you a little bit about, but is kind of our approach to the cold coffee category.
I remember when we talked before, you talked about cold brew, obviously being a foundational piece of what Verve is sort of built the brand upon. And now making this switch to flash brew, I wonder, is that something, how has that transition been going? And are people really feeling the difference, noticing the difference? Are you happy with making that transition?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always scary to do things differently and to step into the unknown, but it's one of those things that as soon as we did it and as soon as we launched, all the validation was there internally from our team, but also from our customers. We have the luxury of having, a dozen cafes, really beautiful retail cafes with loyal customers that are very picky and can give us a lot of great feedback, and they've been in love with it, as well as our staff and our wholesale clients that we work with. So it's been a really nice entryway into the cold coffee category, something different. And now when you hear people order flash brew, it just makes sense for us.
And I know we're going to talk about some of the new innovations you guys have premiering at the show in a little bit, but I just want to talk about, you mentioned the cafes. It seems like that's a really great source of feedback, and just sort of how does the cafes work into your innovation pipeline that might, eventually end up in an RTD product?
Being a coffee roaster and retailer and really wanting to have the best retail game out there as well within coffee, we really have a chance to innovate, try different drinks, and do a lot of little test batches and kind of fun innovations at a cafe level that we can then always workshop and consider to bring into an RTD platform.
Well, that's kind of a perfect transition to talk a little bit about the innovations that you guys are going to be showing over the next couple of days at Expo West. The first iteration of Flash Brew was a blend. You guys are now releasing a single origin. Why was that important to showcase for you guys?
It's always been important for us at Verve. We kind of have this dichotomy between the blends and the single origins, and blends are made of single origin coffees put together, blended, but we really take a lot of pride in the sourcing of our single origin coffees and feel that's just another iteration of what's missing out there in the RTD world are really dynamic, world-class single origin coffees that are available cold, and particularly the way we do our process through heat, brewing hot and then flash chilling, we think we're really able to bring out the nuances of characteristics, aroma, complexity in these coffees that otherwise aren't available.
And you guys are also showcasing a decaf product, so it seems like there's a little bit of sort of bringing, that innovation, but also, making a product that mainstream people who maybe want some decaf coffee can feel comfortable with this brand as well.
Yeah, I mean, decaf, as far as I know, we might be one of the first decaf RTD coffees out there in the marketplace, for whatever that means. But we're a coffee company and we sell decaf. I mean, we sell it in our stores every day. We sell it in wholesale, and we have a great partner with Swiss Water in Vancouver, the kind of world premier decaf facility. All natural process, no chemicals used. Really clean way to decaffeinate coffee, and really preserves and highlights amazing characteristics, which is what we love. And so we thought it'd be just amazing to try and put in a can and see what people think. It's also available on draft and everywhere that we sell draft kegged coffee. So,
I think we're going to get a little bit of tease about what you guys are working on in terms of a plant-based latte product. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're not debuting them here, but we have some sneak peeks of what will be coming probably in the next handful of months, which will be our looking at entering into the plant-based world with our flash brew coffee. And we have a handful of SKUs lined up that we think are really interesting, really beautiful flavors, and have functional components to them, but in a way that's very natural. We're looking at minimal ingredient lists. We're looking at, no refined sugars, really low single-digit sugar count, no thermal pasteurization, that whole thing, that whole world. So we're really excited about it. And all of it's based on what, our flash brew technology and how we're approaching our sourcing of coffees, roasting, and processing of the brewed coffee as well. So, for us, we're not just an RTD company adding coffee to a drink. We're a coffee company making an RTD product. So we're pretty excited about that.
And without giving away the special sauce here, just talking about your approach to sort of working in with these, plant-based milks. Obviously, we've seen oat milk be a huge star for the coffee category, but, almond milk, and there's obviously plenty of stuff out there. So just in terms of working with these kind of things, what are you kind of hoping to achieve in the final experience when you're working with those plant-based milks?
What we're hoping to experience is something really pure and not pretentious in any way, but just you can make something that's beautiful and clean and tastes amazing and is honest, and it doesn't have to be pretentious. So for me, not using refined sugars and finding other sources like dates, or people use honey, or looking at how to make plant-based milks that don't have to involve all these oils and all these other additives and binders, I think is not being pretentious. I think it's just eating food the right way, and that's how we approach coffee and how we source coffee and the types of farmers we work with, and we're going to bring that all the way through in our plant-based as well. So, oat milk's really, really interesting. I know it's making a huge hit, but I just flip over the ingredients lists on any oat milk and it just bums me out, and it's really hard to make that a clean ingredient. So, never say never, but we're looking at some alternative, nuts and seeds and some other sprouted, really raw ingredients that we can bring into it that has incredible flavor and is still really, really clean.
Colby, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great rest of the show, and looking forward to catching up with you afterwards.
Yeah, appreciate it, Marty. Thanks for having me.